On my first day, I thought I have made the biggest mistake in my life.
When I reached there, obviously it was not comfortable. It was so cold that we couldn't sleep for at least 1 week.
Extremely challenging in terms of community's acceptance, language barrier.
You have to walk for 4 kilometers every day.
At my location, largely it rains for 10 months.
I went from 35 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius.
And the best part which came from the fellowship is that none of the challenges seem big.
We started this fellowship in the year 2011 to bring youth to rural environment. They should have a feel of what is happening in rural India, which is cut off from mainstream.
It requires youth with a lot of passion. We are looking for change makers, change agents.
It is a challenge where they have to face hardship of the highest order.
So from the beginning, I used to think that I should do something.
I was working with DNA at that point of time. There were a few stories that I did, poured out my heart into it, thinking that some change will happen, because I was really affected by a few of the stories, but nothing happened. I just wanted to do something extra maybe, or I don't know, do something different or better.
1 year of corporate experience was enough to tell me that probably cabins are not for me.
One of the takeaway from this fellowship is I'm very much convinced that I will do what I feel like doing. There is no going back on that.
The fellowship was so good that settling down for anything else was quite a problem.
You get that 13 months of implementation and they're all yours. You're this one-man army during the fellowship who's trying to probably pull all the ropes together and get to that one objective that you were set for.
And you don't need skills. What you need is desire to help them.
And you're touched by those experiences. So these experiences matter to you for the rest of your life. But it is when you've completed the fellowship and when you've had those experiences firsthand is when you truly believe that, yeah, this is something that drives me so much more than anything.
Hi, I'm Aparna Shukla. I'm in the current batch of SBI Youth for India Fellowship 2018-19, and how I see my year of change is when we applied and when we heard about the fellowship, we were all very excited and we had this idea of change that hum ye karenge, wo karenge, we'll bring change. But I think through that time, through the orientation, a lot of myths have been broken and we have realized the actual change that we need to bring in. A lot of myths have been broken, and even a smallest change can bring a very big change, and that idea is very different from the idea we started from. So I think how I see my year of change is those kind of myths being broken constantly, and at the end I'm becoming a different and better person.
As per my project, I think the two key things that I've actually targeted on is women empowerment and drudgery reduction during menstruation. And the most amazing thing that I've experienced here is I had 2 classes with the adolescents group, and on the 3rd class, 2 of my students volunteered to teach the entire class. And I think that gave me a sort of joy that I've never felt in my life before. And of course, with the women, their involvement with the project started because they knew that if they learned about menstrual tracking literacy, they would know when to avoid from having intimate relationships with their husbands if they wanted to avoid pregnancy. And this was an absolute value add to their life because this is a form of birth control for them. And then moving on, we have the livelihood part of the project where we have product tested cloth pads where we are planning to bring out prototypes of cloth pads that are going to be relevant to the needs of this particular community. I think YFI gives you that opportunity to make a difference.
જ્યારે એન્જલ બેન આવ્યા અને ત્યાર પછી અમને એમણે ક્લાસ લીધી, અમને બતાવ્યું કે માસિક આપણામાં કઈ રીતે આવે છે. ચક્રમાં એવું છે કે આપણે માસિક આવે તે દિવસથી આ 30 દિવસની સાયકલ જેવું છે. મને પહેલાં એન્જલ બેને બતાવ્યું, તે પછી હું બીજી બહેનોને બતાવું છું. તેનાથી મને વધારે પણ ખુશી થાય છે કે એ લોકો પણ જાણે કે માસિક ચક્ર એ શું છે.
હમણાં જે કંઈ અંધશ્રદ્ધા અમારા ગામમાં હતી કે ખાવાનું પકડાય નહીં, કે પછી પાણી તેના હાથનું પીતા નહીં, કે પછી જે કંઈ કે તેને કંઈક વસ્તુ સારી વસ્તુ અડકવા દેતા નહીં, તે હમણાં જે કંઈક તે આ ગામમાં થોડો અંચલબેન આવ્યા ત્યારથી આ સુધારો થયો છે.
મારી પણ બે છોકરીઓ છે, એ માસિકતાથી વધે ને માસિકને અશુદ્ધ ના ગણે.
For me, this has been the most enriching opportunity, the most surprising journey that I've taken on in my entire life.